Welcome. This video is on exponents. Exponential form. It's a form of writing the product of a factor that repeats. Example. Here's a factor that repeats. 2 times 2 times 2. That's 2 to the third. The base is the factor being repeatedly multiplied. So this number 2 is the base. The exponent, so some terminology here, it's a small number written to the right of the base and raised to half space. So you go halfway up and then you write a little bit smaller, probably about the third of the size of the base. And that's called the exponent. It indicates the number of bases being multiplied, the number of times that you write the base. Okay, how to say it. If the exponent is 2, it's called squared, or we could say to the second power. If the exponent is a 3, it's cubed, or to the third power. And if it's 4, then we just simply say to the fourth power, etc. 5 to the fifth power, 6 to the sixth power. Here's some examples. This would be read as 2 cubed, or 2 to the third power. The next one would be 8 squared, or 8 to the second power. The next one would be 3 to the seventh. You can actually just say 3 to the seventh, or you could say 3 to the seventh power. The word power could be left out, and it would still be implied that it's an exponent, 3 to the seventh. So just how to say it is important. Okay, let's work out a few. To evaluate a number in exponential form, rewrite as repeated multiplication, and then multiply the repeated multiplication. So here's the first one. This is read as 3 to the fourth. You might want to pause the video and work these out yourself. We'll go ahead and do them right now, though. So that means we're going to write down the 3 4 times. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Now, you can go in order. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27, and then multiply 27 times 3. Or you can multiply the first two 3's and then the second two 3's and then multiply those together. See, 3 times 3 is 9, and then this 3 times 3 is 9, and then multiply those two 9's. So you should get 81. Okay, let's work out the next one. 5 squared. That is simply 5 times 5. You write down the 5 twice. So the answer to that one would be 25. Next one is 2 to the fifth. So that's 5 2's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So multiply those. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. And then 16 times 2, 32. Okay, last one on this page is 1 to the third. So that's 1 times 1 times 1. Well, 1 times 1 is 1. Times 1 again is 1. So it doesn't matter how many 1's there were. This could be 1 to the 30th. 1 to any number would just be 1. Sometimes people get careless and put the answer of 3 here with the exponent. But remember, we're not multiplying these two numbers. We're not multiplying 3 times 4 to get 12. We're multiplying 3 times itself 4 times. So do not multiply the exponent and the base. That is incorrect. You write down the base, the number of times, as the exponent. Okay. Now let's do some problems where the exponent is a 0 or a 1. A number with an exponent of 1 is simply equal to the number. So 7 to the 1, you just write down the 7 one time. There's nothing to multiply it by. So the answer is 7. So here's our next problem, 13 to the 1. What's that answer? That's right, 13. Okay, a number, this one's a little bit more tricky. A number with an exponent of 0 is equal to 1. So this is kind of a definition. Um, in order to explain it properly, we have to talk about a little bit about algebra, but we don't want to get into algebra right now, so we kind of have to accept that if the exponent is 0, the answer is 1. Okay? Sorry to do that to you, but we just have to memorize this, that anytime the exponent is 0, the answer is 1. It's not 0, it's not the number itself, but it's 1. So 12 to the 0, what's the answer? That's right, 1. Okay, this was a short video. We'll see you here for the next one on order of operations.